Hello students, welcome for the new PowerPoint presentation. Myself Vishwanath Borgale, and today we will start with the new topic, Election Commission of India, from the second unit, Election and Party System in India. So previously we've seen about the Election Commission, especially elections, which are the different types and different methods of election. So today we will start about the Election Commission, when it has been formed, how it has been formed, how many members will be there, and what is the exactly power functions of Election Commission. So first point is the background. The framers of Indian Constitution clearly made provision for an independent statutory body called Election Commission, and its main motto or the purpose to establish this Election Commission to conduct the impartial, free and fair elections in India. Making democracy successful, elections are very important, and these elections should be held in a free and fair atmosphere. To conduct these free and fair elections and complete its all tasks from declaration of timetable up to the result, this whole schedule will be run by the Election Commission. And this Election Commission conducts election for the office of President, Vice President, Union Parliament, Legislature of State, Union Territory and local bodies. Means from the local government, from Gram Panchayat to Delhi, that is the President, Vice President, for this all the offices, elections are held by the Election Commission itself. That's why the Election Commission is a very important one. Now we'll see when it has been formed. So up to 1993, it was a single member body. Later on, it became the three-member body, where one chief election commissioner will be there and remaining two will be other election commissioners. And this three-member body was established at the time of P.V. Narasimha Rao when he was remained as a prime minister. And this three-member body was established as per the article number 324. Students, from this topic, a question is important that, or the question may ask like in the board examination, write the composition of the Election Commission. So it should include about the appointment and removal of the Election Commission. So let's see how these three members of election commissions are appointed. According to article number 342, second clause, chief election commissioner and other are appointed by the President of India on the recommendation by the cabinet as well as the parliament, and these elected three members will be remain on their post for the 6 years or they attain the age of 65 years. Whatever gets complete early, it may be 6 years, or if they attain the 65 age, then they will get the retired. So article number 342, second clause, as per this, they will be elected by the President of India. Now for them, their salary, their allowances and other privileges of the Chief Election Commissioner and others will be provided with the article number 324, sixth clause. Removal. On what basis the Chief Election Commissioners can be removed from their office? According to article number 324, fifth clause, the Chief Election Commissioner can be removed from their office in the same manner as the judges of the Supreme Court. So that special majority will be taken from the Parliament on the grounds of proved misbehavior and incapacity to discharge their constitutional obligation. If any one of a chief commissioner has found misguided, or if he is going to misuse his authority, or if he is unable to discharge his all the powers or authority, then he can be removed from his office on the special majority votes from the parliament. At present, the Chief Commissioner of India is Mr. Sunil Arora. So this is also very important, students. The present Chief Election Commissioner is Mr. Sunil Arora at present for 2020. Now after here we've seen about the appointment and removal of the Election Commission. Now one more important question from this topic, that is, write in detail about the power and functions of election commissions. So what are the exactly functions done by this election commission? Let's see. And these all election commissions functions have been mentioned in the article number 324(1). So first function of this election commission is it prepares electoral rolls and its periodical revisions. Whatever the list of voters, it will be prepared. Even the timetable will be declared, a periodical timetable where the elections are held after every 5 years. So that timetable will be declared by the election commission. Second, holds election to the parliament, state legislature, and office of president and vice president. These are all the posts. Their elections will be held by this election commission. Next, after the announcement of the election, it decides the timetable. So students, you might have aware about the timetable, means the nomination form, filling of form, then time for the propaganda of election or election campaign, then the polling date, then result date. So this whole schedule, whole timetable will be announced by the election commission itself. Next, it conducts by-election to the vacant seats. Previous PPT we've seen different types of the elections, that is periodical election or general election, midterm election, re-election, and by-election. So by-election, where the seats are vacant because of one of a person who has been elected earlier and he might have resigned or by his death. So that vacant post will be filled by this election commission by taking by election. Next point is it grants recognition to the political parties as a national party and state level party or regional party. Students, you can see here the different types of parties found in our India. So few parties are called as a national parties and few parties are called as a state parties. National parties like a Bharatiya Janata Party, Indian National Congress, then AAP. So these are the national parties, and state parties or regional parties are for like JDS or Shiv Sena. So on what basis these parties get recognition as a national party and state party? So let's see what is national party. So party which gets 6% of casted valid votes in 4 or more states in the Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha elections, so that party is called as a national party. Students, 2 mark question it is, what is national party? Once again I will repeat, a party which gets 6% of casted valid votes in 4 or more states in Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha election, that party is called as a national party. State party, another 2 mark question. 3% of the seats of total valid Vidhan Sabha seats in the states or success at least in 3 constituencies. If that party is getting 3% of the seats from any 3 constituency, then that party is called as a state party. Next point is it scrutinizes the nomination paper. Whenever the nomination form is filled by the nominee, That means all the documents, all the papers will be seen, verified, and it is going to be finalized as a nominee. Next, it allows the symbols to the political parties and independent candidates. As like a BJP is having a lotus flower, as like a Indian National Congress is having a symbol of a farm. So these symbols will be provided for the political parties as well as for the independent candidates. And these have been assigned by the election commission itself. Next, it appoints officers and other staff members to conduct elections and make necessary arrangements. So before the election, you might have seen in the primary schools and the high schools or government schools, there will be a polling booth where the polling officers will be there and other staffs will be there to conduct these elections on the free and fair atmosphere. These all arrangements will be done by the election commission itself. Next point, it can order for the repoll in any constituency or any polling booth where sometime the misbehavior can be took. So previously we've seen that sometimes some political parties have the gives bribes to the voters, even for the polling agents also or polling officers. So for these kind of seats, may election commission set the repoll or re-election only for that particular constituency. It is a very important function of the election commission. One more function, it can hold the election result on the valid grounds. Yeah, the results can be held for the misbehavior. And final point, it enforces the code of conduct for the candidates and political parties. Whatever the code of conduct explained declared by the election commission, it is mandatory for every candidate and every political party. It may be national party or state party. So in brief, this is about the election commission. Thank you, students.